Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. What's going on, everyone? This is Tim. This is New York Giant Straight Talk. It's a Sunday show. It's Sunday Giant. It's Nacho Sunday because you know what? It's not your normal Giant Sunday. Hope everyone out there is doing well. I see Mike Lee's already in the room. I see Jeff is already in the room as well. Oh, we got a little bit to talk about. We got some free agent signings. We got some free agency pickups. We have some new, I'm gonna say, features that are gonna be on the show coming up in the next couple of weeks. We have a new segment that we're gonna have that everyone hope everyone's gonna enjoy. We're gonna talk about that today as well. It's Black Rifle Coffee Sunday. Hope everyone's having a good time. Greg is here, though. Greg said, hey, I'm here, Tim. I thought it was yesterday, lol. Mike Lee said, hit the like button. Zach says, coming from our nation's capital, our hotel room is 2 blocks from the White House. Well, that sounds good, Zach. That sounds like fun. Hopefully everything's going well at the White House. Tell everyone I say hello. We got Jeff Newman coming in, dropping and going, Timmy. We also have everyone saying, Zach saying, I hope everyone wants Joe Shane to make a big splash despite moves. The Giants are in the red on salary cap, which most people think is a Madden franchise mode. I think you're right, Zach Attack. I think you're 100% right. A lot of people think this is Madden. A lot of people think that this is that's exactly right. That the salary cap doesn't matter. That we don't care who, we don't care what's going on. We don't care who's going on. We don't care about a lot of things here. I got to switch internet connections because my internet connection here is a little fuzzy today. So hold on a minute, guys. I may drop off for a quick second. I gotta. That worked out. Hold on. You know what? Oh, we have an update. Hold on, everybody. I gotta relaunch a second. Hopefully that worked. I think we got back. I think we got back into the room. Having some technical difficulties today. I don't know what's going on with the I don't know what's going on with the computer. I don't know what's going on with the internet here, but the computer doesn't seem to be working very well. Salary cap, we don't need no stinking salary cap until you realize it's for real. Yeah, it is for real. Drinking that coffee. Drinking that smooth taste of Black Rifle coffee. It is for real salary cap. There is no if, ands, or buts around it. I have a video coming out on Monday, and it's hold on. Do I have the video thumbnail? I have a video coming out Monday because we're going to talk all about the salary cap. We're going to talk about all about what the Giants are doing. We're gonna get into that completely because I think it needs to be talked about how the Giants are cap heavy, how the Giants still at this point in time have so much cap wise that I don't think that the fan is thinking about what's going to happen soon, because we're running to a point where right now we're fine. Right now we're okay. Right now we don't really have to worry about salary cap because we're still within the rule of 51. But the Giants are like 3 million right now with the rule of 51. And I think the issue is going to be when we hit out of that, we're going to be almost $9 million in the red. So this is going to be the video on Monday. It says why the Giants are not out of the woods, out of salary cap woods just yet. And we're going to explain, we're going to break down, we're going to go through everything that goes on with the Giants and salary cap. We got Big Don coming in here, dropping in the super sticker because everyone knows I love super stickers, and all super stickers and super chats go to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. But and Big Don is the man. Big Don is the myth. Big Don is the legend. So I do appreciate that, Don. Thank you so much, as always. We have Manuel says, why do I keep hearing the Giants fans okay with taking a center in the first? I did a video about that. And the reason I did a video about that because this was before John Feliciano moved on. This was after Nick Gates moved on.
I can't take a center in the first round. We talk about this a million times. We talk about positional value. There has only been, I forget, out of 512 picks going back to 2000, whatever it was. Forget what the numbers were. Going back to 2000, whatever it was, 2009, I think it was, or 8, I don't remember what it was, or 2006. There's only been 5 centers taken in the first round because and Tyler Lindenbaum was the most recent. It's about positional value. And a positional value is not a center in the first round. It's not. We've talked about it. I spoke to people that knew the league, and they will tell you that as quarterback, they're all three were the exact same. Everyone was quarterback, cornerback, left tackle. That was everyone's positional value. So I think that's my theory was this: you are running into an issue with your cap space. You are going to have to move, and you're going to have to make things happen as the Giants. You're going to have to. I mean, it's the only way to get around this because of the fact that you are looking at, if we have it, I think I have it. Hold on. Let's pull up the let's talk about this. Look how professional we are today. Let's talk about our draft capital. Let's talk about where we're at right now. Let's put this on the screen. Let's see here. Let's put this overlay on the screen so everyone can see. This is what we're paying in our rookie draft pool right now. With the rule of 51, we are sitting there. If you take it at the rule of 51, we're sitting there right now, at it's going to be $5 million. Without the rule of 51, we're going to be that should be we're going to owe $10 million. So people that don't understand what the rookie draft pool, there's two things that account for that. There's the rule of 51, which means you only need X amount to sign your people for, until camp breaks. But once the rule of 51 goes away, and let's say, and it's not going to happen, but let's say everyone of our picks makes the team. That $5 million number goes to $10 million number after camp breaks. So everyone can sit there and tell me I'm wrong. You don't know what you're talking about because we only need $3 million or $5 million to sign our guys. No. You need that $3 to $5 million for the guaranteed contracts via the rule of 51. When the rule of 51 expires, when camp breaks, and let's just say again, like I said, everyone makes the roster. That $5 million number goes up to $10 million. I like having like visual aids now. So, and when people keep saying that we don't need to worry, we do need to worry. Because my numbers coming out right now is we're going to be negative 9.8 million in salary cap once the rule of 51 expires. You are good. And Joe Schoen has already come out and said he wants a minimum of $10 million in operating capital to turn around and have during the season to make moves. Now, the problem with that, there is a problem. There is something very, very wrong here. And we're going to pull up another screenshot right here. And I'm going to get to everyone's questions, but I want to talk about this for a second. We're going to pull up another screenshot. We're going to put up another overlay. And we're going to see exactly where the issue is on the Giants roster. And it's easy to figure out. It's simple to figure out where the issues are. The issues are right here. You have 5 guys, technically 6 guys, 7 guys, counting Glowinski, making the majority of your roster. You got Leonard Williams at over 14%. You got Daniel Jones eating up 9. You got Adoree Jackson at 8. You got Dexter Lawrence at 5. You got Andrew Thomas at 5. You got Saquon Barkley at 5. And Saquon Barkley's money's all guaranteed. You got the Waller getting that a guaranteed $11 million. But of course, we converted almost I think 3/4 of it over into a salary. Into a bonus. So we got out of that salary. You have Glowinski's contract who you're not going to get out from underneath. And then you're going to have the maturing deals of Evan Neal and Kayvon Thibodeau. You're not going to move Leonard Williams' number. You're not. Because Joe Schoen has already got that $5 million dead cap number in 2024 because of Leonard Williams. You're not going to renegotiate that contract. I think, if anything, they're going to try to get those. They're trying to get the Leonard Williams and the Adoree Jackson contracts off the books. They may potentially turn around and try to convert some of that salary into signing bonus, but there's only so much that you can do with that. And this is the problem. This is where we're sitting at. If you take a look, you can't see, you take a look. These guys, these 5 top contracts are your problem. Really the top 3. And the anchor around all this is Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley, $10 million, $10 million guaranteed is a big nut to carry on this team. In some ways, he has the Giants over a barrel. because they need to do something with that contract. They need to make headway with that contract. In reference to Saquon Barkley, they have to make headway with that because they need to get that number down. And the Giants are making all these low-end signings, all these veteran minimum signings, because that's what they have the money to do. You take the kid from Detroit, the corner. You're potentially talking about him being your CB2. This is scary. We got 41 people in the room. We only got 12 likes. Why don't we make sure we get up those likes to at least 20? You're talking about him being the CB2. Here's the problem with that. Good press cover corner at times. Problem is, this is the reason why Detroit let him go. He doesn't have speed. He does not have makeup speed. He has the lacking of the fluidity in the hips to make that turn to stay with his receiver. He is going to get picked on a lot. So Adoree Jackson is going to need to turn it up. So if you're relying on him to be a CB2, that's a problem. You got what's his name? Bobby McClain over from
Welcome to the party, pal.
Oh, coming over from Washington, going on 30 years old, replacing the 26 years old Julian Love. They're both coming off career years. The only problem with Julian Love's coming off 120 plus tackles. He's coming off 80. Yes, Julian Love's play went down a little bit, but you're again taking a veteran minimum contract and trying to plug him into the defense. This is why we're not out of the salary cap situation yet. We're not there yet. And that's like when people said, you know what, here's the problem. We had the most amount of cap space. And I kept telling people over and over again, you have the third amount of most of cap space because of the fact you do not have your starting quarterback or starting running back signed. Once we signed them, where do we go? Where do we go, my lovely? We go downhill. The Bobby signing was a good signing. Overpaid a little bit for an off-the-ball linebacker, but we need that linebacker. Everything else is going to kind of be where it's going to be because this is what we have. And Joe Shane understands it. When I see people say, we need to go get D-Hop, we need to go get Odell Beckham, we need to go get this. You don't have the money. Oh, look, I'm going to stare at the camera again and say it. You don't have the money. Should I pull up the salary cap again? I know the fans don't like to talk about this. Intelligent fans that come here want to talk about it. What's up, Natural Supreme? He says, what's up, OGs? All is good. Was Kenny G a post-June post-June first cut? I believe he's a pre-June. Yeah, he is a post. Yes. Little known CB rule. You can designate 2 contracts as a post-June 1st cut before June 1st. You can designate those contracts. It's in the CBA. Jeff says, I'm on board with trading back in the first round, turning 1 pick into possibly 2. Here's the thing. And this is what I want to pull up talking about that real quick. If you take a look at the salaries again, and thank you again for bringing it up. Jeff, you cut me on track. Right now, you have $2.5 million designated for your first round pick at 25. You have 1.1 designated for your pick at 2. If you trade back, you're going to save almost $1 million in cap space comparing on where you trade back into that round. So that $10 million number is going to drop to like 8.75, which is going to allow you then to free up some capital to turn around and get some additional players. Easy peasy. That's it. And I personally think that's what Shane's looking at. And like I just get, it's just one of those things that we can't keep thinking we have all this money, we have all this capital that everything we're doing is just going to be financially wonderful, because we don't. And I think if we look at this the right way, this is what we need to understand, and this is what we need to decide. And yeah, we're getting some guys that are low end free agents. They are low end guys in the tree. Shane understands that. I understand that. Smart fans understand that, but then you still have that segment of fans go, we have to go get Odell. We got to go trade for D-Hop. We need that number 1 wide receiver. I love it because I have we are going to, because of our wonderful sponsors, Mint Mobile, we have a cell phone that we are going to be using for people for OG only subscribers. And what that is going to allow you to do is it's going to allow you to text me messages directly, and I'm going to also want to use those messages on a new part of the show, which is called Out of Context. And it's gonna be fun. So if you're an OG member, we're gonna launch that number, I believe today, and then you could start texting me directly to that number. Also if you any other giant questions, make sure you keep it between the hours of like let's say we keep it between the hours of 10 in the morning to 7 at night. So we're gonna have a lot of fun with that. And like I said, I want to get the intelligent fans' opinion on things. And I'm not saying that other fans aren't intelligent, but I know, like I said, I think the segment of people that watch the show and the regulars on the show have a really good understanding of what the Giants are trying to do and what the Giants are going to want to do. And I'm really, like I said, I am really curious about doing this because, like I said, I want to see what we're gonna get out of this, because I really want to, like I said, we're doing the on the mic segment, but a lot of people can't do on the mic. So I'm just curious to see, especially the people that are regular, especially the people that are on the OG members, what they think and how they think about what the Giants need to do and what the Giants are going to do. And I'm going to put this up right here. This is going to be the new segment, I believe, starting next week. It's going to be called Out of Context. And we're going to do a lot of fun stuff coming up. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, we answered that. I answered that. What does Christopher say? Christopher says, GM Tim, how do you like the signings of the Giants made? I understand the signings. I get it. Like I said, low end free agents. Low end. You blew your money on Bobby, get your off the ball linebacker. That's fine. I understand that. You're signing a lot of veteran minimum contracts. You are loading up the wide receiver room with bodies, which is why you have the Crowder pick and the Paris pick and everything, and then you re-sign Darius Slayton. So you're signing guys that are going to be bodies in the room. I laugh because I got a text the other day, and I sent out a text, and I basically said in the text, I said, Patrick Mahomes has an all-world tight end and a bunch of guys in the receiving room, and he won a Super Bowl. We now have Darren Waller, who's 2 years removed from being one of the best tight ends in football. You have a bunch of guys. And I keep hearing from a certain segment of Giant fans, Daniel Jones still doesn't have any weapons. You have both quarterbacks making over $40 million a year. What's the difference? Why does one guy have an all-world tight end and others at wide receiver? And we now have an all-world tight end and others at wide receivers, but we still don't have any weapons. And they're basically making the same salary. Things that make you go, we will probably extend or restructure. I don't think Shane wants to do that. He's going to have to, but I don't think he wants to. You keep pushing your cap space into 2024. You are going to be eliminating the amount of cap space you have. And that's going to get dangerous quickly. And this is how you continuously get yourself into cap purgatory. And people keep forgetting, we have all this cap space. We also have an Andrew Thomas contract. We also have a Dexter Lawrence contract. We have a Daniel Jones contract was going to eat up 18% of our cap. You still have a Dory Jackson. Hopefully Leonard Williams will be gone, but it's going to be interesting. T. Brad says, I'm going to have to be the one to say it. Hit the damn like button. Because I always forget to say it. Zach Attack says, let's tell someone who worked in the league they're wrong is like Stephen A. Smith saying he knows more than a head coach. Hey-oh. Yeah, I know, Zach. It is what it is, Zach. Greg says it, right? Hit that like button. Greg also says Saquon is gone. I think Saquon's gone next year, too. I don't think the amount of money, I mean, he should have taken the 12.5 if that was truly offered to him. Because I don't think the Giants are going to move on from that 10 million. I think they are. I think Shane understands what they still have here seasonally, that you're going to have a tougher schedule this year. You went 3-5-1 in your last 9 games against a tougher schedule. You're probably going to step back a little bit, and Shane understands this. I think Dable understands this. I just think there's always going to be that segment of fans that, to Zach's point, that thinks they're playing Madden. Well, you're not playing Madden, which is fine with that. Trade him for Judy. Who are we trading for Judy? Greg says, corner without fees. What's the point? It reeks of Isaac Yiadom. It reeks of Madre Harper. But the problem is Madre Harper had speed. He just didn't have talent. Isaac Yiadom had some talent. He just didn't have speed. But you can't, like I said, Detroit's not going to let this guy go basically for nothing if he excels so much. But like I said, everyone says the same thing. Good, solid press cover corner. But if he doesn't get the bump on the line, he does not have the speed to make up mistakes. And I think that's going to be the problem. Mr. Alvarez says people are really looking at Jones' contract either next year. His contract will be $35 million against the cap, so his contract will be the new Leonard Williams contract. Yeah, in some ways, in some ways it is. Once Leonard Williams is released.
King of the almost sacked.
Papa Lou, baby, what's up, my man? How you doing today? I'm doing good today. It's a nice sunny day. Bike's in the shop though, so that kind of sucks. It hasn't rained. It's been raining for like 7 days in a row here, and now it's gonna be beautiful sunny Sunday. Bike's in the shop, and it's gonna rain next week. Oh, go figure. What's up, Stu? Stu says, Tim, draft soon. We're gonna do a draft video. We might even do a mock draft video. Ooh, stay tuned for that one. We got Glenn saying, Tim, we like when you we like you. We are fans, but please, you can't keep talking about problems without solutions. We need solutions. Here's the problem. You don't pay me to give solutions. I'm not getting paid to give solutions. I usually do give solutions, Glenn. I usually do. My solution is this: you ride with the guys you got. You don't do anything. You want a solution? You want a solution? You want me to break down a solution for the New York Football Giants? You ride with the guys you got. You ride with the contracts you have. You get out of these 5 bad deals in 2023. You take a step back a little bit. You continuously build your line through the draft. You can potentially find your number 1 wide receiver in this draft. You're still going to have issues on the defense. You're still going to have those problems. They're not going to go away. And you push, you be as competitive as possible as you can in 2023, and you push all your chips into the middle of the table in 2024. We got the big James in the house. Ladies, please, no naked pictures for Tim.
That's what she said.
Oh my God. We got good morning. Check. Good morning, everyone. My guy always sounds like he wants the worst for us Giants. Not only that, he makes it seems like he's the only one with all the answers without giving us solutions. I just gave you the solutions. This is what you do. You ride with the contracts you have. You get out of the bad deals. The problem is, Mr. Cush, you don't want to hear the truth. You can't handle the truth. That's the problem. You want everything to be freaking cupcakes and gumdrops, and everything is going to be wonderful because nothing ever bad is going to happen because this is the New York Football Giants. We don't want to talk about the truth because the truth is a scary thing to certain people. That's the problem right now with certain generations that are coming up. They don't want the truth. They want everything gumdrops, everything cupcakes, because of the fact that that's what they want to hear. They don't want to hear anything else. You don't want to hear there's problems. You don't want to hear that we're not going to be a Super Bowl contender just yet. You want to hear, oh yeah, you want to go watch a video where everyone says everything the Giants does is wonderful. Everything we do is just the best that we can do ever because that's just what we are. We are just wonderful.
You don't want the truth because deep down in places you don't talk about at parties, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
So suck it. What's up, Irish Rover? Hey, Tim. Hope all is well. Hello, chat. James says hit that like button. We're all giving some big shout outs to Irish Rover. Happy late St. Patrick's Day. We got the doing it and doing it and doing it. We got doing it and doing it and doing it. L. What's up, guys? Joe Shane, king of the veteran minute. It's what he has to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's where we're at. I kept seeing all these thumbnails pop up on YouTube, and I don't watch the videos. I just keep seeing these thumbnails, and I get mad. This is why I don't watch YouTube videos. I literally get upset when I see certain YouTube videos. Not even the videos, just the thumbnails. I don't watch the videos, just the thumbnails. I get mad. Why? Because I see this stupidity. I see people lying for clicks and likes and views by saying the Giants are going to get D-Hop. The Giants are going to get this. The Giants are going to get that. But you know you're lying. You're making a video that you know you're lying about. And then you have certain fans like the Kush who don't understand the truth and think all this alternate reality is real. And then they get upset with people that speak truth. Mike Lee also says DJ can't find the open man. That's why he has no weapons. Oh my God. What do we got? What do we got here? What does Chris have to say? Chris, what happened to Leonard Williams' comment? Will be taking a pay cut is BS. Or does Shane think I think Shane wants him off the books. Just get rid of him. Just do it. He wants him gone. He wants Adoree Jackson gone because he needs to get out of these bad contracts. He needs to get rid of them. And like I said, this is why we're going to have the new video on Monday or Tuesday, why the Giants are not out of the salary cap woods just yet. And we're going to go through all this. And we're going to break it down. We got the big David dropping in the super chat for the kids. Hope all is well. It scares me how little people understand the business in general. Shane is not desperate and trying to save his job. He doesn't have to swing for the fences with the big names in free agency. I should just close the show on that. Because he's 100% right. The only people that make other Giant fans' life a living hell is people on social media that are not being honest. Shane understands his job. And I've said this a million times before. I don't like the Daniel Jones signing. I'll sing it to high heaven. But I trust, and I said it, I would not bring him back. And I've said it a million times. If Shane and Dable, though, decide to bring him back, that is their decision because that is the direction that they want to take the team. Because they see something, and it may be mediocrity in this quarterback that they can use. So you have to rely on their expertise because they are building the roster. I'm not building the roster. No one else on YouTube is building the roster. They are building the roster. But it does a disservice. And this is why I hate social media. It does a disservice to fans that actually understand the game, actually get it, actually understand what Shane is potentially trying to do. But then you come out and make these stupid statements and post these stupid things that you know are false, blatantly false. You know they're not true. But you do it anyways because of the fact that you are trying to be popular. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I sat at the cool kids table in high school. I'm not in high school anymore. And that's what I think a lot of these people are. They are people that are never at the cool kids table in high school. So they think if they're popular on social media, this is going to fulfill their life. And I'd like to bring in our next caller with therapy with online Big Blue, so New York Giant Straight Talk. Bill from Wisconsin. What problem are you having? Oh, I'm glad I got that off my chest. Glenn says we better go 5 minutes. And Glenn, I know you're not. I'm not yelling at you, Glenn. I'm not yelling at you. I don't think you're yelling at him. When do you think we're all in? This is what I said. This 2024. I'm going all in.
I'm raising the stakes right now. This is a poker game. I'm shoving my chips to the middle of the table. I'm raising the ante. Anybody wants in, get in. Anybody wants out, can get out.
The Giants, to me, are smart. And I think this is what they're doing. I think, Gigaspan, I think they're going all in 2024. They'll have the cap space. They'll have 2 drafts as building blocks. You will have your quarterback in year 6. And you hope then you know what you have in year 6 with your starting quarterback. You hopefully have built up your defense. Kayvon Thibodeau has turned the corner and is going to be consistent. Evan Neal is going to figure out. I see he's working with Willie Anderson, the former All-Pro. Doesn't mean anything. I think it was just a rookie thing. It was the same thing with Andrew Thomas. I think it's just a rookie thing. You know, I think he's going to grow into his position. Sometimes it takes, and I've said this when we drafted Andrew Thomas, and I said it in multitudes of videos, and people are like, Andrew Thomas sucks. We got to get rid of him before, Mekhi Beckham is so much better, and that kind of look where we're at now. And I said, no, just give him time. Sometimes it takes a player a year. Sometimes their sophomore jinx happens in their freshman year. Just give it a chance, especially learning the position of left tackle. Oh, that's when I think we're going to be all in. But Tim, I want it now. I'm going to go pet the puppy and ride the pony now. James Williamson, what solutions are Tim supposed to give us? He's not the owner and GM. Thank you. I'm not the owner and GM. I don't have solutions. Like I said, I just talk on the internet. I give you my opinion. And that's what this is. It's about opinions. Like I said, I just don't like sitting here looking at false information. And it aggravates me because, like I said, I see these thumbnails and they pop up all the time, especially on Twitter. And you look at the thumbnail and you're like, that makes no sense. I love it because I saw the one video thumbnail where it was like, the Giants are going all in for D-Hop. Giants called repeated times to the Cardinals. And I thought to myself, per Joe Shane, yeah, the Giants made one call to the Cardinals. They made one call to the Cardinals. And it didn't go anywhere because he doesn't have the cap space. Jeff says, you want Tim on the wall. You need Tim on that wall. You do. And Mr. Belford, just for you.
I'm Johnny Wishbone, psychic extraordinaire. If you need me, just think Johnny Wishbone and I come running.
Keep Johnny Wishbone, keep thinking it, and I will come running. What do we see here? So which do you consider the 5 bad deals the Giants made over the history of the last years? I'm not saying Shane made any bad deals. I'm saying they're veteran minimum contracts. You went out and got a press cover corner who doesn't have speed. You got a safety whose big year was 86 tackles when you let a guy that have over 120 has been with your team for 5 years. They're veteran minimum contracts. It's not that they're bad deals. It's what they can afford. Oh, you know what? Your sensitivity is bothering me. I have my mug. I don't even know where my mug is. I lost my mug. I lost my fuck your sensitivity mug. Zach Attack has to say, people forget the O-line is really hard to play. O-line is really hard to play. It's not an easy position to play the O-line. It's not, especially left tackle. Right tackle is should be a little bit easier, but you still have the same issues you have to deal with speed rushers. You got to worry about power rushers. You got to worry about guys going on the inside of you. And if you have a weak guard, that's the problem. I've said this a million times before. I said the biggest issue I saw with Andrew Thomas was the guard play of Will Hernandez. If you have a stellar left tackle, if you don't have a counterpart who plays adequately, you're going to be in trouble. And there was so many times during those first 2 years with Will Hernandez missed his assignments and left Andrew Thomas to cover 2 guys. Andrew Thomas could only choose, do I take the outside guys or do I go with the inside rush? Because his guard did not stay on his blocks, did not stay on his assignments. But we blamed Andrew Thomas. You get rid of Will Hernandez, what happens to Andrew Thomas? Make sure you drink that smooth taste of Black Rifle coffee. Let's see. T-Rad says, the Giants have to win the Super Bowl this year. Mr. Roberts says, Tim has given plenty of answers. He said, replace Jones with Malik Willis. He said, draft Devin Lloyd and Kayvon Thibodeau. He said, bring in a cheap quarterback until the games got ready. People don't want to listen. I've said so many different things, but I love it because people always pick out the things I got wrong. Well, you got Rashad Slater wrong. Really? How did he play last year? One season does not make a career. Same thing with Malik Willis. Well, you got Malik Willis wrong. Malik Willis, I said, if the Giants draft him, need to sit him a year. But he still started 3 games. Oh. Just need my bike to get ready. James said, so you guys want Tim to make 50 videos about how we're going to get OBJ and Hopkins and Jalen Ramsey when we're not. I guess they do, James. We're only at 33 likes. Make sure you get more likes. Don't worry. Kinder, gentler Tim is coming back. Irish River says, hope does not make for success. Shane has, hold on. What is going on here? I got, ooh, ow, that hurt. Yikes. I'm answering now. I'm answering medical questions now. Let's see here. Let's see. Hope does not make for success. Shane has a plan for success. We need to be patient. That's it. We need to be patient. Christopher says, we shall see progress this year. Be patient. I agree. Be patient. Glenn says, Lamar Jackson is 30 times better than Daniel Jones, and we can't get paid the best. I think we gave up 2 picks. I would have gone after Lamar. If you were giving your quarterback $40 million, if you were giving Daniel Jones $40 million, I would have went after Lamar. I would have sacrificed my 2 first-round picks, because technically you're not sacrificing 2 first-round picks. Technically, you are basically having Lamar Jackson be your first-round pick in 2023, and you're giving up your 2024 pick. I would have done it. Just curious where we going in the draft. I said this before. I think you trade back. I think you go center corner. I did a whole video about the centers, and I like the one. I like that one kid. I can't remember his name right now. They said the same thing in 2020, 2021. I'm tired of being patient. I'm a season ticket holder. I'm tired of being patient too. You keep doling out thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for a bad product, and you keep doing it. But like I said, I'm having faith. I'm having faith in the Shane and the Dable. Mike Lee says Joe needs some money for Thomas, McKinney, and Dexter. Yes. Yes. Christopher says, yes, the draft will answer it all. I don't think it'll answer it all, but I think it'll help. What does Jay have to say? Jay says, Tim, do you think the defense takes a step back this year, even though Wink is coming back? I hope Shane gets a first. I think we're going to take a corner in the second. I think there's some CB2 starter ready corners in the draft. I do think you're going to find your center. And I think the defense got exposed at times in the interior and off tackle run. I hope they take Bobby and Kayvon, put them on the right side, and keep Kayvon's Thibodeau's hand in the dirt and allow them to work together and match rate together and turn around and have it so they understand that they understand their containment assignments, and they push those off tackle runs more into the center of the field and into Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams. I hope they can do that. I really do. We still need at least 2 good inside linebackers. Just joining in.
Welcome to the party, pal.
What's going on, bro? Now, I haven't seen you in a while. At work, have you watched right yet? No, I have not. I think it will be a good hedge for Neil. It looks like he also is working at right guard. I have not watched right. I have to go back and watch right. I think Neil's going to be fine. Just give Neil some time. Todd says, the only thing I don't like is we have decided the Super Bowl or bust with him. What if he isn't the guy after 4 years? I haven't seen much. Well, like I said, I think they're going in. I think they're going all in 2024. I think that's the whole plan. I think the fans are more of the ones that are having this segment of, we're gonna do this. Mike Lee says, you mean social media is not real life? No, it's not. We got Big Dash. Big Dash. Those of you who don't know Big Dash knows Big Dash is a wonderful New York Giant content creator, new to the party, new to the family. Watch some of his videos. I haven't watched them recently, but I have watched some of his videos in the past. It's a good watch. Dash says, that's true. I think there's a lot of people just looking to be liked. I'm getting killed for wanting a center early as 25. Well, you should get killed for that. Because Big Dash, if you watch my videos, it's called positional value. Positional value. Dun, dun, dun. That's why I said this. Trade out of 25. Trade into the early half of the second round. Use the positional value salary on your center early in the second, and then grab your corner with your pick in the second round. That's what I think. Mr. Albert says, I just realized Aziz is a second round pick too. He doesn't have a 5th year option. His contract expires at the same time as Andrew. Yes. I mentioned that as well. Aziz Ojulari's contract's is going to be coming up soon because he's a 4-year contract. He doesn't have. Same with Xavier McKinney. So that 2024 cap space is doing this. Boom. Every moment. That's why you need to get out of the Leonard Williams contract. That's why you need to get out of the Adoree Jackson's contract. You're going to be out of the Glowinski contract. You're going to need that money then to hedge with Daniel Jones, because his contract number is going to go to almost 18. I think it's 18% of the salary cap. You're going to have Andrew Thomas. You're going to have Xavier McKinney coming up. I mean, you have all these guys. You're going to have to probably get rid of Saquon Barkley in 2024 if you don't sign him. And the Giants, in some ways, need to sign him because they need to find some cap space. What's up, Dash? Everyone say hello to Dash. Let's see. James says, Dash, you make good videos. Brother, screw the idiots. James is actually my, I have to love it because James Williams, my brother. I know, because look, we almost look identical. Wait, I go this way. Look at James' thumbnail. Look at me. You could see the family resemblance. He watches the videos for me. And he sends me the videos. I don't watch them. And I always tell him I don't watch them, but he sends one. Sometimes I do, because sometimes they make me laugh. But he sends me the stuff. He's my video noir in reference to watching giant content creators. Big Dash says a lot of the thumbnails are clicked. A lot of the thumbnails are huge to clickbaits. That's what pisses me off. And then you get people that watch this like it's gospel, like this is what it's supposed to be. Let's see. Dash says, have you heard the Julian Love rumor about him wanting to be cornerback? The deal was he scratched off tip. I did not actually hear that. Let's see. Glenn says, no matter what you say, I'll always be heard from because you are honest and real with this, not by man. And then, like I said, Glenn, I'm not picking on you, Glenn. I love you, Glenn. And there's so many people that I have differences of opinions with that have been on this show now. This is our third year that have been on this show multitudes of times. And I've told you a million times before, I don't have to agree with you. You don't have to agree with me. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you just have it. If you have an opinion, you have facts for your opinion. And Glenn always does. And I love it because people always think, and again, I'm not picking on you, Glenn, but I love when people apologize because it's like, you don't need to apologize. I've told this story before. I had this friend, and actually still a friend, and I don't even remember what it was about, but we got into a drag down brawl. Literally got into a fist fight. And I remember this because we were in his living room, and it was done. And we were both laying on the floor, backs propped up by the couch. And I look at him, I go, you want to go grab a beer? He's like, yeah. It was over. It was over and it was done. OGR Sports is in his house. What's going on, Tim? What's going on, James? Gigaspan says, to be fair, I think fans are tired of being the joke to the Cowboys and the Eagles. It's not easy to be patient, but we need to be. You're right. We need to be patient. Everyone needs to be patient. And I think that's what that's what we need to be. The dogs are going crazy because evidently someone's at the door. We got a big shout out, a big salute to OGR Sports. OGR Sports is in the house. Natural Spring said, what position would you like to see at 25? And which players at that position? Like I said, I don't want a position at 25. I want to get out of 25. I want to move down and I want to grab one of the centers. I want to grab a center in the early half of the second round. That's what I want to do because, like I said, you want to save that cap space. Yes, you're going to lose that 5th year option, but you are going to save that cap space. And the cap space right now is still going to be at a premium. I think that's in the long run what we're going to need to have to take a look at is going to be the cap space at all. Joey G Sports says, have you ever seen Basketball Diaries? Good random movie random. Actually, I have seen Basketball Diaries. Greg also says, we've been terrible so far. We want to win. Let's have patience. That's the thing, though. You want to win. And I get that. You want to win. I want to win. Everybody wants to win. But the problem is, do you want to be like the Knicks, who have one good season and then turn around and start losing again? Or like the Giants have been in the past, you have one good season and then we turn around and we're not good again. No, we want to be consistently good. We want to have a good 10 years of winning. And I think that's what Shane is building for. Mark says, good morning, Tim. What's going on, Mark? I hope everything's going well. Zach and Zach says, do you think the defense will take a step back? I think I'll take a step back a little bit. I think I should rephrase it. I think some ways they are going to step up a little bit. And some ways I think they're going to step back a little bit. I think they are going to see more of a generation of their pass rush. I think they're going to be a little bit better at stopping the run. But I think their pass defense is going to be a little bit more suspect this year. Well, let's see. NFL salary cap sucks ass. It does. But if you know how to work it right, I think you're good. Primo Miller says, I think trading out of 25 is wife. However, positional value, no matter what someone wants, if as a GM you have value at center position that you take, no. There has been, since 2007, I believe it was, there's been 512 first round picks. I believe 10 centers have been taken out of those 512 picks. That shows you. Oh, you know what? I have it. Hold on here. Going back to 2000, I'm going to answer this question. Hold on. See, this is the great thing about having a crack staff. They give me all these things. Here we go. Going back to 2006, which is 512 picks. There has been 10 centers taken in the first round. And Ruiz is not playing center. But there's been 10 centers taken in the first round going back to 2006. That's 512 picks. So out of 512 potential first round picks, Only 10 centers have been taken in the first round. Why? Because the center is not a positional value position. The highest you see on this list is 18. Now, the Giants, of course, are picking at 25. Now, you do have some great centers that came off of this list. But like I said, think about it. 512 picks, only 10 centers have been taken since then. That tells you GMs do not value the center positionally worthy of first round pick. I like Schmitz. If you want me to go that way, I like Schmitz. Your thought on trading Barkley now that during the draft running backs class deep? You can't trade him. You're going to take a $10 million. You can't trade Barkley because you're going to take a $10 million cap hit either way, whether you keep him or trade him. It's $10 million guaranteed. I disagree with him. Warren, he never won a playoff game this year. He's given up a team. Never. I want you to think about your statement there about Lamar Jackson for a second. I mean, because last time I checked, Lamar Jackson was a MVP, league MVP. And last time I checked with Daniel Jones, you only won playoff games, and like I said, and he is 1-3 in the playoffs, so he did win a playoff game. So I'm taking Schmitz. I think I said that once before. I think I answered it before. We need a quarterback. What to say? Julian Love was one of the worst DBs on our team last year against the Eagles. He was horrific when McKinney was. He was not horrific. He was not horrific. He went downhill towards the end of the season. I was at the game. Everyone's gonna remember the bad whiff in the Eagle game, but we weren't winning that game either way. A guy that has 120 tackles, has X amount of receptions, and actually plays well at times, and played extremely well the first half of the season. He started going down around week 12, but it's the most he had really played in reference to snaps. But you're going to bring in Bobby, who is going to be 30 for a veteran league minimum, and expect him to have the same production. The Bobby McCain signing reminds me of Antonio Bethea, a younger Antonio Bethea. Good morning from Barbados. Good morning, Tim. Morning all for everyone doing. Yes, there is a difference of opinion, but respectfully and bring a good argument. That's it. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Thank you. Take a break. Hit the mother effing like button. We're at 43 likes. That's good though. Get up to 50. I'm happy. Joe Tippmann. I do like Joe Tippmann a lot. I did a whole video on Big Joe. Have you found? I think the centers are going to fall. I think you're going to get a run of quarterbacks in those first 3 picks, and everyone's going to drop down. Personally, that's what I think. Let's see. Christopher says, but hey, what's the deal with the scratch off table? Reports came out when? I don't know. What's up, Perseverance? What's going on? Everything's good. Like Irish River said, is there a like button that the live stream? Hit the like button. Help Tim's out channels. It was a rumor I heard. I didn't hear that rumor. I didn't hear that rumor. I'm sorry. I must not be on the ball with that. Hirsch for real says quarterback and wide receiver 25, then center. I still think they're going Hyatt. I personally think the Giants are going to go Hyatt, but I think you can actually get Hyatt in the second round. I think you trade out. Someone's that is so I'm answering someone's private comment. That helmet there, that is a Carl Banks helmet. That helmet there is a Giants. Whoops, there we go. That is a Giants autographed Super Bowl helmet, and that is a silver anniversary, very limited edition Philadelphia Soul helmet. For the person that was at, and that's the Crunch Bunch poster, and that's Plexico Burst, and that's of course that's Amon Bradshaw and Leonard Williams behind me. For the person that was just DMing me those questions. What's going on, my brother? How you doing today? I'm good. Everything good. Christopher says hello to everyone in the chat. What would be your first round pick? I'm trading. Like I said, I'm trading out of the first round. Should we bring it up again? Because like I said, I'm trading out of the first round. I'm taking that guaranteed number right here, this $2 million guaranteed number. I'm dropping it to 1.5. I'm saving the cap space. We've talked about this before, but I'm going to talk about it again really quickly because I don't think Christopher was here. Everyone keeps talking about the fact, well, you don't really need $10 million for your rookie class cap. Yes, you do. because that $5 million is for the rule of 51. When that rule of 51 expires, all contracts then become guaranteed when reference to, not guaranteed, but all contracts then go on the books. And if you have all your picks on the book, your number then will be 10 million. So if we could take that number down a little bit, that'll probably be a little bit more helpful for reference to what the Giants can do salary cap wise. Hyatt at 25. I don't see it. I see Hyatt at 25. I see Hyatt dropping because I think there's going to be a run at quarterbacks. I think there's going to be a run. And I still think you're also going to have, AR in there as well. I think he's going to go, a lot earlier than people think. So I can see 4 quarterbacks going in within the top 12, which means everyone's going to fall. And I think it's going to be an 83 run on quarterbacks, 83 draft class, that big run on quarterbacks, same thing with 2004. And I think it's going to push everyone down in the draft. Charlie Collins says, yo, Tim, what do you think the Giants record will be this season? I don't know. And Charlie, I won't know until after the draft, until maybe we get into training camp a little bit. I'm not into predicting that early because of the fact that you have no litmus test. You have no data. You don't know. You don't know. So we have to wait. We have to just kind of wait and see. Well, I might do a mock draft video. I see that's really popular. Everyone does a mock draft video. I think I've gotten like 9,000 thumbnails about mock drafts. I love the people that did the mock drafts before free agency because that makes a hell of a lot of sense. Hey, I got an idea. Let's do a mock draft before we bring in anyone in free agency, because free agency is not going to affect the draft whatsoever. Just a Pleasant Valley Sunday here in Status Symbol Land. Mr. Roberts says, me personally, I think trading the first round pick, if you do the math correctly, Giants don't have the cap space right now to afford a first round without restructuring people. So the best way to save money is trading back. Boom. Hirsch for real says, will there be a stud that can help us at 25? We're in a good spot. I don't know if there's this. You never know with your first rounders. Even picking in the top 5, it's a crapshoot. Because then you'll find a guy in round 7 who will be a monster. I just hope that they do. I just hope that they do that thing they do and continue to work on that. I do see. I'm not actually. I should rephrase that, Mr. Dash, because I did a video about trading out of the first round and taking Hyatt early in the second. I should rephrase it. I am sorry, because I think, like I said, I think he's gonna. And I should rephrase it. I think he is going to fall into the second round because of the run of quarterbacks. I should have rephrased that. I do apologize. I did misspeak in reference to that. That's why I've been talking about trading out the first round pick. Oh, let's see here. We got Jay says Steve Smith does a good breakdown of all the wide receivers he likes in the draft. I didn't see that. James, could you go watch that for me, please? Irish River, have a great day, everyone. Love you all. Have to go. The sister-in-laws wish me luck. Good luck, Mr. Rover. Didn't L. Greg in last year's draft video call AR being a topic? Yes, you did, Greg. Yes, you did. I do remember that. You did. That was in last year's draft. Yeah, that was last year's draft. You're right. Talking about trading back. What about that's the thing. There's a trade-off. There's a trade-off for trading back. You are going to save in your salary, but you're going to lose on your 5th-year option. You have to decide what is going to be more beneficial to you, not only in the immediate, but in the future. And I think some ways getting out of that first round, people forget, if you are trading back for a second round pick, you're probably also going to get a 4th and a 5th, or 4th or 5th. That's probably what you're going to get. You're going to get another asset. You're not just going to get a second round pick. You're going to get more assets. So that's what we kind of have to. That's kind of what we have to. Petro Gambino, what's up, my friend? What's up? What's up, my brother? I got a surprise for you, my friend. I got your thing approved, and after I have another sponsored video, different sponsored video next week, and then you're on deck. No, Dash. It actually was my bad. It wasn't your bad. It was my bad. It was my bad. I actually got confused for a minute because I I've been talking about trading out of the second, trading out of the first, and taking Hyatt in the second, and then taking Cam the quarterback, the cornerback later in the draft as well. See, Anthony says thank you. I really like Wyatt. We says good luck, Irish Rover. Wouldn't want to beat you because it's a nice Sunday. Is there a player if he was there at 25 you wouldn't trade for? If Bryce Young falls at 25, I would not trade at 25 for Bryce Young. I would not trade it out for 25. Hyatt at 25 is a bit rich for me. He has speed. He's supposed to develop. Hyatt reminds you a little bit of Devontae Smith. He's got a slight frame. I don't think, and I've said this before, there's a difference between body type and the ability to add on mass and weight to your body. And I don't think he's one of those guys. I think he's always going to be a thin guy. So I kind of think that's kind of where we're going with that. Glenn says, I think our defense will be better because our coach did great with less last year. They definitely are going to be better, but I think there's spots that are going to take a step back. I think the rush is gonna pick up this year because you have to hope that Kayvon Thibodeau turns a corner. You hope that Azeez Ojulari stays healthy. I think the interior of the line hopefully will play better because with Bobby mopping up in the back. But I do think with the loss of Julian Love, I do think with the question mark at CB2, I also think Darnay Holmes is a question mark. I think you got Aaron Robinson's a question mark. You got a lot of question marks in that backfield. So I do think that's going to fall in a little bit. No way. Thank you so much. Yes, you're welcome. I actually just got the email yesterday, and I meant to reach out to you, and I didn't get an opportunity to do that. The same could be said about any of the other picks after the first round, so it wouldn't matter. Pretty sure that Jones's contract will be gone in year 3. I think he'll flop, so there's going to be cap room. Yeah, people keep saying that you're going to keep Jones only for 2 years. I think he's going to be here for 3 years because I still think there's an $18 million dead cap hit in that third year if you get out from under early. I believe there's an $18 million cap hit on that. Let's see here. It says, do you really think there's going to be a person who's going to want our pick? Yeah. I think if one of the quarterbacks starts to fall, I think if one of the players that is going to get pushed down in the draft because of the rise of the 4 quarterbacks. Yeah, I think 25 is a good spot. And I think 25 is a good spot for a contender who's looking for a piece. And I think you could get you can get a second rounder, and I think you might be able to get a second and a fifth. You may find someone that really loves a player that gives you a second and a fourth, but you're going to get value for that pick, even though it's later in the draft. You will get value. Takes 2 to tango for a trade, and also takes 3 to rumba. I never understood that. That used to be one of my friend's expressions. It takes 2 to tango and 3 to rumba. I never got that one. I laugh because I had an expression that I used that I hadn't heard. I used it in the video, and a couple people were like, I spit out my coffee because they were former players in college and they remember it. And I laugh because it just makes me laugh when I think about it. Because and it was just so natural when it came out, because I had a positional coach in high school and one in college that said the same thing over and over again, especially when he's like you follow your assignment. And you keep your head up, laying with your shoulders, keep your head on a swivel. You find your guy, you hit him as hard as you can, you drive and you knock his dick in the dirt. And I laugh because it just came out so naturally when I said it. I had like 5 or 6 people DM me and said, oh my God, I have not heard that. And these are guys that of course played in the early 90s, because you're allowed to say shit like that. They're like, I have not heard that since college. And it just made me laugh that so many other people heard that expression previously. I was like, that's just such a great expression. Aziz is the key, says Big Dash. I think we grab another edge. I think we do need another edge. We need a true edge. We need a true run setting edge, and have Aziz and Kayvon be our guys in reference to the rush. Christopher says, someone mock drafted the Giants taking Stetson. Well, whoever's mock draft had that, Christopher, you should never watch that channel again. I think the only quarterback that will fall is Hooker. I do think Hooker's going to fall into the second. Hooker is one. You are allowed 30 top pick visits, and the Giants actually have Hooker on their list, so that's kind of interesting. The draft is perfect for 2-2. It is. It really is a good draft. It is a good draft positionally for what the Giants need for 2 second-round picks. It really is. Alvarez says, taking Stetson Bennett in the first, that is a bigger reach than they drafted Jones. You're right. You're right. Chiefs need our pick, but they will have to give up 2 seconds and a third. Chiefs need to give up Patrick Mahomes because that's the only trade I'm ever making with those mothers of effers again. After what they did to us with Kayvon Thibodeau. Not Kayvon Thibodeau, what they did to Kadarius Toney. Kadarius Toney was still a waste of a pick, man. It doesn't matter. We got a third for him. I don't even think he's worth a third. So I love that so many people loved him. And as soon as he kind of fell off the planet, everyone was like, I never liked him. I love it because it's like, you know, when you make videos and post stuff on social media, unless you delete it, it's still there. I have all these people like, he's going to be the greatest wide receiver the Giants have ever had. He never got on the field. I've said it a million times. When your best thing that you could say about a wide receiver coming out of college is his route running is unique. Great balls of fire. Yes, Greg, I know you like Kadarius Toney. What scares me, I think Hooker's falls badly in the draft. The Cowgirls pick him up. Oh, I don't want that. Why would you say that? Why would you put that out in the air? Why would you put that out in the air? Mr. Belford, take that back. Take it back now. Okay. Yeah, Kayvon. I didn't like Kayvon from Jump Street, man. Did not like that. Did not like that Sam I Am at all. I remember the draft video because I had Dom on and a host of others. I was literally depressed when we took Kayvon Thibodeau. I mean, not Kayvon Thibodeau. When we took Kadarius Toney, I was depressed. You could see the joy fall out of me when we took Kadarius Toney. I'm like, we just gave up Justin Fields or Parsons for Kadarius Toney. And now people are thinking it's even worse because they're worried about Evan Neal. Just leave Evan Neal alone, guys. Just leave him alone. He's gonna be fine. Greg says you did like Kadarius. I mean, like I said, Kadarius Toney, if he comes back and he can get on the field, maybe he can become something. He had the big punt return. I mean, they had Andy Reid, which shocked me, had confidence enough to put him back to return a punt in the Super Bowl when the Giants special teams coach came out his rookie season and basically said we have no confidence in him returning punts. And one of the things we got him for, Kadarius Toney, was to return punts. And they came out and said, I love it because he came out in the first year and said, he's not ready to return punts. How are you not ready to stand on the 10 or 15, look up and catch the ball? How are you not ready to do that? As a rookie, you should be ready to return a punt. When we drafted you, not only for your gadget playing make capabilities, but to return punts. I'm more concerned right now about Wan'Dale Robinson. I don't think Wan'Dale Robinson is going to be ready for the season because you wouldn't be getting these other Smurfs. You wouldn't keep getting Crowder and Paris and Campbell and everyone else. I don't think he's going to be ready. I was not a fan of Wan'Dale Robinson either, the pick. I said it during the draft that he doesn't know how to protect himself. And if he doesn't learn how to protect himself on the field, he wasn't going to survive his first NFL game, which he didn't. And then when he came back, I said the same thing. If he does not learn how to protect himself on the field, he's not going to survive the season, which he didn't. Because of the fact that there's a certain play, he got pulled down from behind too many times in Kentucky. And he was playing for Kentucky. So yes, there are some teams that Kentucky played, but he should not have been getting pulled down from behind in college, because if you're getting that, and if that's happening to you in college, what is going to happen to you in the pros? And that was my biggest issue with the Wan'Dale Robinson pick. And I didn't like it at first. I still don't like it, but I didn't like it because I didn't understand until after the draft that you drafted redundancy because of Kadarius Toney, because your lack of faith in Kadarius Toney. That's why they drafted Wan'Dale Robinson. They should have traded Kadarius Toney earlier in the season when they may have been able to get more for him. That's just my opinion. Wouldn't be the first hooker at Cowboy Stadium. Joe Rib says, I felt the same when we picked Wan'Dale Waste. I mean, it was a redundancy pick. You had a guy on the roster that does the exact same thing, and this is one thing I will say about Kadarius Toney. He has more of the electricity, the excitement. He has more of that than Wan'Dale Robinson has. He has more of that playmaking ability. He just didn't know how to harness it. And I know a lot of people wanted to compare him to Tyreek Hill, but Tyreek Hill returned punts. And that was the problem with Kadarius Toney. He was just, I never thought he was fully committed to his football career. And there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with that, being fully committed to, not fully committed to something, because if you're not, that's okay. But then go do your rap career. Go do that instead. Don't just sit there and say, I'm a football player, but then be more worried about your rap alias. And I'm not going to lie. He's not a good rapper. He's not a good rapper. Not going to lie. I'm going to just say this because I'm going to block you out here, but blessings forever. God knows you all too well. Everyone knows. It's not that we don't. I mean, it's not that I'm not putting you time out because of what you said. I'm just putting you time out because of the fact that, because some people, we're just gonna put you in timeout because I'm not talking religion here today. Let's see, but that's the thing. He just didn't have. I just don't think Wan'Dale has the same capability and reference to what Kadarius Toney has natural ability. But if we've said it. Do I have the sound effect? I mean, hold on. Do I have the sound effect? Because it is the perfect sound effect, and I don't know. I have to find it. Let's see here, because let's see. It's I don't think I have it, but everyone just wait till I find it. Let's see here. No, I don't have it, but it reminds me of the scene from The Natural where Roy Hobbs' father is talking to Roy, and Roy Hobbs has all the talent in the world, but Roy Hobbs' dad tells him talent's not enough. You can't rely just on your talent. And I think that's what Kadarius Toney tried to do. Besides, I'm a better rapper than Kadarius Toney. If anyone heard my montage to Cool Modi not too long ago, I used to live downtown, 199th Street, convict. Everything's up here, parties, ball in the park, nothing but girls of the dark. We chill. Nobody gets a hill at that place that you eat called the Hills of Triumph. That's where they will get wild, but they don't fight. They kill at the Wild Wild West. Whatever happened to Cool Modi? I met Cool Modi. I met him in the Bronx a couple years ago, and it was funny because I saw him, and my wife was like, what are you looking at? So I'm looking at that guy right there. She goes, why? And I said, I think that's Cool Modi. And she goes, who the hell is that? And I remember walking up to him. I walked up to him and I was like, hey. And I didn't know what to say. Now, I've met a lot of famous people in my life, and I didn't know what to say to Cool Modi. I'm like, hey, what's up? You're like my child idol. And I told him that, and he was a really nice guy. I must have talked to him for like 15, 20 minutes. And I mean, we talked about, and it was funny because we didn't really talk about his rap career. I talked about how Will Smith ruined Wild Wild West, but that was about it. What does Jay says? Andy Reid is sacred. Yeah, he isn't scared to fail. You're right. KD did all college house. That's all he did in college was return kicks. Yeah, I know. That's the problem. Let's see. Thank you, Tim. I agree. Wan'Dale will not be ready. Neither was. No, Shep's not ready either. Shep's not going to be ready whatsoever. Wan'Dale was a dumb pick. I don't think it was a dumb pick, but I mean, it was a redundancy pick. I mean, that's is what it is. Odell won't be ready. I think Odell will be ready. Odell will be. He got hurt in February, so that's 12 months. And people don't understand. You don't count when you got hurt. As someone who's had two ACL injuries, one ACL replacement, you don't count the day you got hurt as when you start the clock. You count the day you had your surgery. That's when the clock starts. So technically, I believe he had the surgery in March. So here's a year removed in March. Training camp is going to be in the summer. He should be ready for camp. I think OBJ will be ready in camp. The drums. Hey-oh.
That's what she said.
Can't stay healthy. Jay says, I like to rap even the ratchet music. Music is awful. I agree. Greg says, KD couldn't stay healthy, had hammies before taking the Vanilla Ice raps better than Kater. Well, You know what? Listen, let's not knock Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice had one song, of course. Especially when you steal the riff. Stop, collaborate, and listen. Ice is back with a brand new invention. Something. Grab the hold of me tightly. Halt like a dart beat daily and nightly. Will I don't stop? Yo, I don't know. To the extreme, Mike like a vandal. Led for stage like the champs, like a candle. Dance to speak of that moves. What do you think? Do you think Crowder makes the roster? I think he might. I think he's going to make it because of the fact that I think they're not going to be healthy. The draft class has the worst luck off. They missed time with injuries. It's not a full season. We got to wait and see what we come back with this draft. That's what we kind of have to do. Let's see. Also, I think there's more need for a corner. I think the corner is more than wide receiver at this point in time. You're going to need both. That's why I said trade in the second, grab Hyatt, grab your corner. I think there's a lot of good corners you can get in this draft. I don't remember the video that I did, but it was awesome. I know that because my mom told me. I don't remember what was the video I did. Hold on. I actually liked this video. I was very proud of this video. Let's see here. Where was this video I did? Oh, here it is. Here we go. It was called, I'm going to post a link. It was called Joe Shane's free agent path to the draft. What players should be on his radar? And I'm going to post this video right here. I'm going to post it in the chat. If you haven't go watch it, go watch this video. Cause I actually thought it was a really good video. I thought it really breaks down the players I like, the players that I think the Giants may go after, or may potentially go after, that makes sense to go after. But I thought it was a good video. Did Cool Mo D have his glasses on? Yes. He didn't have the Cool Mo D glasses on, but yes, he had sunglasses on. It was in it was in a store. And I don't remember what the name of the store was, but it was in the store. And I remember seeing him going, he's got glasses on. And that's what I kept saying. And Cool Mo D is gaining a lot of weight from what he was, because Cool Mo D was very thin back in the early 80s. But yeah, he had his glasses. Nicest guy in the world, though. I mean, truly a nice guy. I mean, there was some nice, I've told the story before. I met Michael Rooker, Guardians of the Galaxy, Merle from Walking Dead. And I posted the picture on Twitter a couple pictures of him. And I met him in Caesars in Atlantic City. And I was actually holding my son, who was like 5 at the time. And I cracked up because I saw him in the lobby and I walked past him and he walked past me and I yell his name and he turns around, he comes back and talks to me. We're in front of these stores. And I love it because we had this long conversation. And I've told this story before. My wife saw me talking to someone and didn't come out and say anything. And we were talking for like 15, 20 minutes. And when he left, she was like, well, was that someone you knew from like high school or something? Because you guys were, hugging on each other like you knew each other. I'm like, no, that's the guy from Walking Dead. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, Days of Thunder. It's like, why didn't you come and say hello? It's if we pick up Hooker in the second round and he outplays DJ in the OTAs, do you think? No. I don't think there's a chance. I wish there would be a chance. Wild Wild West was a great video. The original Wild Wild West was a great video. Wife, who the hell is that? Let's see here. I'm going to grab a couple more questions because I got to jump out of here because it is 11:45. The dogs are going crazy. I like Tippmann. I do like Tippmann a lot. We signed a safety, a corner and a safety. Yeah, I don't like the sign. It's not that I don't like the Bobby sign. It just is what it is. Let's see here. Joe is hoping that Cordell Flott becomes a player. I do think he is thinking that. Jay, Mr. Belfort said, "Cool Mo D, how you like me now?" Oh, that's another good song. Avenue is another great song. I turned the corner. Oh my God, Avenue. That's another good song. How you like me now? Let's see. Knowledge is king. That's I go to work. That's another classic Cool Mo D. I go to work. Yeah, those were good. Now I've got to listen. It's funny. I have this old stereo in the basement. I mean, but it's still an expensive stereo from what it is, but it's from like the 80s and 90s. And literally the subwoofer is like this big. And my wife always gets mad at me because I'll be down the stairs. So I got the basement, I got the kegs, I got everything down. So I'm down here. And in the other day, she came down to yell at me because the house was shaking because I was playing Ain't That Type of Hype by Full Force. You and me together, you look so good. You ain't my type of hype, baby. Do you look good or do you cook good? Or is your brain like wood? Do you have sex or do you make love? And the whole house was like reverberating. I was having a good night. Zacatech said we should have the dog this season prediction for the Giants because anyway, the dogs are going crazy. Actually, the dogs are telling me I got to go take them out because and also is almost time for his dinner, his lunch. And he's a Bernese Mountain Dog. So if he does not eat on the time, he is going to cry during the entire live stream. What does Rick have to say? Rick says, what a damn division is going to be. From worst top 2 in the league, every team is improving. That's the problem. That if Washington figures out a quarterback, and they're gonna have to find someone, you're gonna have to find someone for that. You have to. I mean, you're gonna have to. If Washington finds a quarterback, I think still Washington's gonna be 4th in the division. House Party Classic ain't that type of hype. Yes, that is a House Party Classic. House Party, of course, everyone knows is one of my favorite movies. I still love it with we're gonna beat the asses as they're coming out of the burning house. They all look at him. They look at him and go, "Burning house." Like, I just want to kick a little ass. I don't want to kill anybody. I don't want to kill no one. I just want to kick a little ass. And they made a remake with LeBron James for House Party. What the hell? I mean, I didn't see it, but how can you have that? How can you make a remake of House Party? You don't have Kid and Play. Too hype. Just one of those things. Let's see here. Do you think the Giants aren't going to finish? I still think the Giants. I think the Giants are going to probably finish 3rd in the division. I still think right now it's going to be the Cowboys and the Eagles until I see something better right now out of the Giants and I see what the draft is. I do think you're going to right now. If you look at it right now, the Eagles are still the class of the division. You saw the disparity and talent between the Giants and the Eagles when they played them 3 times. I think the Cowboys are next on that rung. And then I think then you're going to have the Giants and then Washington. I think that's where we're going to be at. Let's see here. Action range. Not the size of those pants you wear. So tight. I didn't see the other House Party either. Now I got House Party on the brain. All right, guys, I think we're going to close it out today. I do have to go take care of the dogs. I do have the video coming out either on Monday or Tuesday. I'm not 100% sure what day it's going to come out. Make sure you tune in for that. Make sure you like the channel. Make sure you push the channel. Make sure you do all that fun stuff that we need to do. Jaws from the Eagles. Really? Fun fact. I live right across the street from me. I go over there and plant a giant flag in his lawn. I like Jaws. You know what's funny? I'm going to tell this. I like Ron Jaworski. Ron Jaworski used to be, when I worked over at the Philadelphia Soul, he was one of the owners. And that is the commemorative Philadelphia Soul helmet right there that I got. Not too many people have that helmet. That's the anniversary helmet. And he used to, I don't know if he still owns it, but he used to own a golf course near Freehold, New Jersey. And I used to actually play it. It was a 9-hole executive course. And I used to play golf at his course. So I used to, bust his chops all the time. Not only, he probably doesn't remember because it was back in the early 2000s, but I used to bust his chops all the time in Philadelphia and on his golf course. So, I mean, but that's funny though. Oh, Big Ron. Thank you, Tim. Everything. I appreciate all your work you do today. He's actually a very nice guy. Yes, I still believe he owns the golf course because I know the Arena Football League is coming back this year, and I don't think Bon Jovi's one of the owners this year because I got a call. A couple like 7-8 months ago, and from someone that I used to work with there that told me they're coming back. They were like, "You should call them up, see if you can get a job." I don't want a job. I did my work. I retired in 2010. I'm not going back to work. All right, guys. This was a good show. This was a fun show. Hope everyone had a good time. Make sure you hang out and see that video on Monday or Tuesday. That's going to be listed in Twitter when that video comes out. I don't know when it's going to come out just yet. I hope everyone has a great weekend. It is still sunny here because I'm in the basement. I can see out the basement window. If you want to be on the mic, on the mic segment, email me at tim@onlineBigBlue.com. That's tim@onlineBigBlue.com. Make sure you hit the like button as you leave the party. The on the mic segment's coming back. We do have a list of people that want to do it, but like I said, we need to keep the list rolling and keep rolling it along. So again, if you want to be on the mic, that's tim@onlineBigBlue.com. You don't have to be on camera. You can just be on your voice. You just need your cell phone. It's a real easy. It's called River Stream, StreamYard. No, River Stream something. I don't know. My crack staff now handles all that stuff because I'm too important to handle that. And everyone knows it's sarcasm, so don't everyone go crazy. So I hope everyone has a good weekend, has a good day. We will see you all next week. I think the next live stream is going to be next Sunday. We're going to have R0B back on co-hosting next Sunday as well. And Tim, did you ever watch I did watch. I did watch a little bit of the XFL. I think it was a little bit better played than the USFL. But it was fun. It was fun to watch. I did watch a little bit of the XFL. So we're gonna kind of go from there. So guys, we're gonna close it out. We're gonna thank everyone for coming in. This is Tim. This is New York Giants Straight Talk. Hope everyone has yourself a great Sunday and a great weekend. And I'm out of here.